Creating and setting up a course can be pretty challenging, but it can even be more overwhelming if you're not tech savvy. Do you wonder if you need to pay and use fancy and expensive softwares and equipment just for you to create a course? Do you need to spend hours and hours on end just for you to be able to make sure that your course is high quality? Do you need to have years of tech skills just for you to be able to build a course? Well, let's talk all about those in today's video and watch until the end to get some tips on how you can create a course even if you're not a techie. Hey friends, Myrra here. I'm an online course creator and strategist and author helping women coaches, experts, and entrepreneurs multiply their income and impact by creating profitable and transformational online courses. And we do this through our course creation done for you services and programs. And so if you would like to check out more of what we do, then just go to my website, myrrakate.com, or follow me in these social media links as well. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing below if you would like to watch and get updates on our weekly videos all about course creation, kingdom entrepreneurship, and faith-based personal development. So all that said, let's get to the video. I understand that you're probably thinking, Myrra, I can't create a course because I'm not tech savvy enough. And so one of the best ways to be able to overcome that belief is to debunk the beliefs or the mindsets that are probably holding you back. First popular mindset that I know a lot of my clients, I also had before, is that we need to pay and use fancy and expensive tech and equipment for us to successfully create a course. That is a myth. I'm here to tell you that you don't exactly need a complicated and expensive course tech platform and equipment for you to start an online course business. I can say this because I launched my very first online course without all of those complicated, fancy, smashy things that are, making you think that to create an online course is such a difficult and complicated thing to do. If you watch this video right here where I talked about my story in creating my very first online course, I actually had to be very resourceful and creative because I was still a college student at that time. And I didn't exactly have the budget to be able to, afford all the expensive course tech platforms that experts were saying I needed to have. And so I found ways. And yes, I wish I could tell you that everything about that first course launch of mine was smooth at all, but honestly, it wasn't. But was it worth it? Absolutely. I can tell you that it was worth it, even if it meant that I had to do a lot of the things in the course creation process manually. It was worth it because if I didn't launch and create the course before I was completely ready, then up until now, I probably have never created an online course and I probably wouldn't be where I am now. As the popular quote states, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And so creating that very first online course, even if it was all manual and it wasn't the most practical thing to do, it was still my very first step. And it is exactly the step that I needed to do for me to be able to build that momentum. So in a gist, here's how I launched my very first online course to prove to you that it just takes resourcefulness and creativity. And you don't have to exactly be super tech savvy to successfully create and launch your first online course. A disclaimer here is that I'm not recommending this process anymore just because it's all very manual and it's not really practical, and there are better ways to do it now, and there are platforms now that you can use even for free that did not exist yet before, or at least didn't have the packages that they now have before when I was still starting out. I just created my sales page in my website, where I already bought the domain and paid for the hosting anyway. So that's where I hosted my sales page so that I didn't have to spend anything. And then I used PayPal as a free payment system for when people buy my course. So I linked that paypal.me link in the button of my sales page, and that would serve as my checkout page. And then from there, whenever I would get notification, I signed up to an email list platform, MailChimp, which in where, if you have, I think, less than 1,000 email subscribers, then it's all for free. And so I manually sent my onboarding emails to the people who bought my course through PayPal, who checked out using PayPal. And then I uploaded my modules in a closed and private Facebook group and used that Facebook group for student engagements, for community, and for providing additional support for my students. And lastly, I used Google Forms to send out my feedback survey and testimonial form to them. So tell me, did that sound complicated and fancy and expensive at all to launch a course? I think not. So here's the thing, your course launch tech, that is your email list platforms, your payment integration systems, your course creation platforms, where you're gonna host your course videos, things like that, are actually just one of the many factors that you have to think about when creating and launching your course. But it should definitely not be the biggest worry that you have, especially if you're just starting out as a course creator. Do you know what you should actually be focusing on if you want to build a successful online course? Your course idea and the positioning and the messaging of your course. Have you actually thought about, is your course topic actually profitable? Who exactly are you going to sell to? Is your ideal course student crystal clear for you? What's the outcome and transformation of your course? Is there a demand for your course? Can your audience clearly see the need to take your course? Those are just some of the questions that you have to have crystal clear answers to successfully create and launch a course. Because here's the thing, your potential students care more about the results and transformations that they're gonna get out of your course than the fancy tech or features that you are gonna market to them. After all, the course creation platforms, all the tech that you're gonna use are all going to be useless if you've got no students in the course, right? Myth number 2 that we have to debunk right now is a belief that you need to spend hours and hours on end perfecting your course. I know excellence matters. In Colossians chapter 3, verse 23, it says, "We work with all your heart as we're working for the Lord, not for men." And so I believe that we still have to work for our course to be excellent and high quality enough. But I just want to warn you about perfectionism and analysis paralysis, because these things are just going to hold us back. If you keep thinking to yourself that you have to figure out the course tech first, if you have to have all of these perfected first, then you will never be able to launch your course. So I suggest we become resourceful, we start with where we are, and then we put our course out there as soon as we can. And then we get feedback and testimonials and improve as we go. Also, the thing is, as you start to build the momentum and get sales for your course, even if it's not all too huge at all in the first place, then that also means that you're not gonna miss out on some cash flow. And this cash flow can then be used to fund your course tools, your equipment, your course creation platforms, all of those things. So just remember, done is better than perfect. And then myth number 3 is that you need to have years of tech skills for you to create a successful and transformational course. I can't help but laugh at this actually, because it is just so absurd. Unless what you're teaching is related to tech itself and what you're gonna have to be knowledgeable about for you to actually teach it to other people, then you don't have to spend years trying to grapple and figure out the tech of your course. As I said, this analysis paralysis, the thinking that we need to have it all figured out first before we can start and create a course, will just keep holding us back, keep causing our procrastination, and then we're just gonna realize a few years after we're left with no course Because here's the thing, there are a lot of beginner-friendly course creation tools and platforms now that you can use that even a non-techie can actually master. So here are some examples. And let's use my MCR SSR course creation model. The map, create, record, set up, sell, and review your course, right? So in each of these phases, there are some tools that I recommend that are beginner friendly that you can use. So to map out your course foundations, you only need Microsoft Word or Google Docs. That is where you can, or even just a simple notebook. That is where you can write down all of the foundations when it comes to your course, reflect on the positioning and messaging of your course. And then to create your course outline, your course curriculum, and your slides if you need them, then you can use Google Docs and Canva to design those slides and those graphics. And then when you're recording your course, you only need your trusty phone or phone camera or iPhone or SLR camera if you have one, or a webcam, as well as a microphone. And then if you're gonna screen record something for a tutorial or a demonstration video, then you can use Zoom, you can use Loom, you can use a platform like Riverside, which I talk more about in this video, or you can use something like StreamYard as well. And then after recording, and if you need to edit your course videos, then you can use simple video editing tools like iMovie, Canva, CapCut, Filmora. All of those things can be found online. And then to set up your course, all you need is a simple course creation platform with a beginner-friendly user interface. So that can be a platform like Thinkific, right? And if you need more details about course creation platforms, or if you're still in the deciding phase, then you can watch this video here where I talk more about Thinkific versus Kajabi versus Squarespace courses. Besides the course creation platform where you're gonna host your online course, you can also think about an email list platform. And for you to do that, you can also try out, MailChimp. They have a very user-friendly interface, as well as Flowdesk if you have a few bucks every month to invest on an email list platform. And then to sell your course, it is free to create an account on social media. So I'm sure all of you pretty much have a social media account now, like a Facebook page or an Instagram account or a LinkedIn account. So all of those things you can use to build your audience, to promote your course, and to show up as an expert so that by the time that you launch your course, then people are already interested to take your course. And then to review your course, you only need a survey creation platform like Google Forms and Google Docs or Google Sheets to collate all the data that you get. So see, these platforms are very beginner friendly. And there are lots of blog posts out there or YouTube videos that outline how to use them if you need help in trying to use them. But I'm just saying that as long as we are committed to creating an online course, we will make a way. If there's a will, there's a way. So there's really no excuse. We can be as resourceful and creative as we can if we really want to create a course, even if we're not tech savvy. But all that being said, I would like to invite you to sign up to the waitlist of my course, Courses with Confidence. This is if you would like to get a step-by-step support and guidance through the process of creating your first online course. There will be tutorials on how to use course creation platforms like Thinkific, Kajabi, and Squarespace courses in there that you can easily follow and do on your own. And then we will also give you a run-through of every step that you have to take for you to successfully create and launch your course. We're gonna take you through every step under the MCR SSR course creation model. And so that basically means that it's like you have a mentor or a guide that will help you all throughout the course creation process. And so if that is something that you would like to get or you're interested to have, then sign up to the waitlist of my course to get the first dibs when the course launches and also get an exclusive bonus once the course is out. Another tip to create and sell an online course if you're not a techie is to choose course creation platforms that are very easy to use. So here are some of the factors or features that you have to consider when choosing course creation platforms. Number one, drag and drop features. This will make your life so much easier, especially when you're gonna design your sales page or your checkout page or your thank you page for your online course. Check also if they have pre-made templates. That means that you don't have to start from scratch. You can just customize these templates to center them to your brand, to still make them cohesive to your brand and business. And voila, you will have made your course design as well. Also look for a good support access. So it's really better if the platform has a way for you to be able to check in a customer service representative if you have any questions whatsoever, or if it's popular enough that there are so many demonstrations or tutorials out there on YouTube or Google that you can find. So things like that you can think about. Another thing is that if they have an easy user interface or if their interface is user-friendly. And lastly, if they don't require any coding skills whatsoever. So if you can design a sales page or host your course in there without having to code anything, then that will be great. Now, if you don't have the time and can't be bothered to learn from scratch what you have to do to create your online course or to set up your online course deck, then perhaps the best option is for you to outsource your course creation to an expert. There's so much to say about that. So if you would like to learn about the advantages of outsourcing your course creation and what to consider when outsourcing your course creation to another expert to ensure optimal results, then watch this video here. So I want to share a story with you of Faith, who was my previous client and who is a pastor and an author. And so she wanted to create an online course that will complement her book so that it will serve as a complementary material and also an additional income stream for her and her family. So it's like if someone buys this course and wants to learn more of the processes or the strategies that she talked about in that book, then they can invest in the course. Or if they bought the course, then they will also be interested to buy the course, right? So it's a great digital product model. But the thing was, she didn't have time to learn all the ins and outs of creating an online course. She, of course, has her own family and kids. She was also supporting their church. And so she really didn't have time. And so she just wanted to focus on recording her course content. That is why she reached out to me and asked me if I can help her. And we worked together. And then after working with us, she was able to create her online course completely done for her without the stress. And now the course is just up there as an additional income stream for her. So every time someone checks her links or her book and wants to buy that course, then someone can just buy it even when she's sleeping or she's out there serving her church, or if she's on a vacation with the family. So right, that is the importance of starting to create your course and working on your course as soon as you can. And to tell you about her testimonial, this is what she said. I really enjoyed working with Myrra. She took my ideas and a project that I was struggling with and quickly and efficiently organized and structured it to my liking. I'll be launching my course very soon, and I feel very equipped and ready, knowing that everything that she has set up looks and works great. Myrra is so easy to work with. She has a beautiful and joyful personality. She listens and delivers with excellence. Don't hesitate to hire Myrra. Now, this is not to tell you that the only way to create a course, even if you're not tech savvy, is to outsource your course. I just wanted to let this be an encouragement for you that even if you're not a techie, even if you don't have the time to learn the ins and outs of course tech platforms and setting your course all up on your hosting platform, then there are actually ways to be able to do it. We don't need to stop at saying we can't create a course. we can say, I will find the way so that I can create a course. Actually, we can also pray about it. And I'm sure that God has divine strategies in place for us to be able to do it. And so I just wanted to remind you that you are more than capable of creating a course. And if God has called you to create a course, then He has already equipped you to be able to do it. Yes, tech savvy or not. So I believe in you, and I know that you can do this. So if you have a passion and a deep desire to create an online course, but really don't have the capacity nor the budget to hire or outsource to an expert like me, but instead you would like to learn the ins and outs of online course creation process yourself, then consider signing up to the waitlist of my program, Courses with Confidence. This is my program where I help Christian women coaches, experts, authors, and entrepreneurs map, create, record, set up, and sell their online courses with ease and confidence. So sign up now in the link in the description box below. So as always, if you like this video, feel free to hit the thumbs up button below and share this video to at least 3 of your friends if you know that it can also encourage them and educate them as well. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so you won't miss out on our videos to help you create profitable and transformational online courses. And then watch this video next to learn more about online course creation so you can start multiplying your income and impact now. That's it, friends. Keep the faith and know that the best is yet to come. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!